Hey there, my name is Brian, and today we are going to talk about tracking your carbs as you start the keto diet. But first, who am I and why should you care? Well, again, my name is Brian, but the real thing is that I lost 60 pounds on keto. So I know how to do it, and I can get you there too. So, tracking carbs. Oh boy, this is where a lot of people get way too complicated, make life way harder on themselves, and it's even a reason why people quit. Okay? I do not use a tracker app, nor did my wife when she also lost 60 pounds. What we did was go freestyle after getting a little education. Let me show you what I mean by that. Okay? Now, traditional wisdom is we want to end up with less than 20 net carbs a day in our diet. So the first thing we had to educate ourselves on is how to calculate a net carb. And here's a little screenshot. But if you just Google how to calculate net carbs, you're going to see hundreds of these things. Okay. Now, once you know how to do that, now you know how to read a label. But the good part is we're not going to be reading a lot of labels here because we're going to be eating simple whole foods that you put together in meals that you repeat over and over and over. Okay? So we want to get under 20 net carbs. So for example, let's say we decided we really like bacon and eggs and cheese for breakfast. Okay? Sound good so far? Awesome. So literally, this photo is of a meal prepped breakfast from our kitchen. We do this all the time. We pick a breakfast we really like and we do it all week. In the beginning of keto, you should be doing this more often than not. Just keep it simple and eat the same thing every day for a whole week. During that week, if you want to research something a little bit different and get a new recipe together, then great. But let's keep it super, super simple, okay? And I'll show you how easy it is to track carbs. What we do is for this new dish that we put together, we're just going to quickly Google how many carbs in and then whatever the ingredient is. So in that picture I just showed you, we're looking at cheese and bacon and eggs. So how many carbs in bacon? And it's 0.1 gram per one slice. Okay, so almost none. All right, so how many carbs in eggs? Okay, a little over half of 1 gram of carb in one large egg, and there's probably 2 eggs in my breakfast, so that's a little over 1 gram plus the almost no grams, so we're like at 1 something grams for that little dish I showed you. And how many carbs in cheese? And okay, a slice of cheese, American cheese, well, you know, it's a good benchmark, but you can do anything. I don't know. Here's Monterey Jack. So that's still not quite a gram of a cup. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of cheese. Okay, so what have we learned, ladies and gentlemen? So in bacon and eggs and cheese, it's hard to get 3 grams of carbs going in our breakfast. So guess what? Now forever and ever and ever and ever, we know when anytime we put a little cup of eggs and bacon and cheese together, we don't need to worry about it. Just eat as much as you want and stop when you're full. Now you know your breakfast all week has about 3 or even less grams of carbs. You still got 17 grams left for the day. And so what do you like for lunch? Well, if you're like us, one of our favorite lunches is steak on some salad with some nuts and eggs and cheese. You know, something like this. Well, guess how you find out how many carbs are in that? You do the same thing I just showed you. I'm tempted to do it, but I'll save you the time. You get the picture. After a few weeks of that, you start getting a sense of how many carbs are in different ingredients, and so you don't have to track it. Now, if you're eating something super oddball, like you're at a restaurant and they're offering you beets, how many carbs are in beets? I don't know. You know what? Can I get them on the side? And then while they're coming, you Google on your phone, like how many carbs in beets. And then you find out. That's how you go. So you just keep it simple. Okay? I'm not telling you to be a genius and memorize 900 different carb counts. No. Literally, to this day, almost a year later, we eat maybe 9 ingredients, guys. Seriously. it's not that hard to imagine. If you go out to breakfast, I guarantee you eat the same 5 ingredients all the time. You go out to a diner, it's Saturday morning. I bet you eat the same 5 things your whole life when you go out. We're not. I mean, we like to think we're gourmets with all these fancy, recipes and stuff, and that might be fun to do. And if you find it fun to do, no problem. Maybe instead of eggs and bacon, that's too simple for you. You want to learn, a 19 ingredient keto souffle. Great. Then take the time to find out how many carbs are in that. And then forever and ever and ever, every time you make it, you're cool. If you eat the normal amount you eat, and then you just build this library in your head of complete dishes are perfectly fine. That's how you do it. And you don't need these tracker apps. You don't need anything. In fact, I'll leave you with this. Not only are the tracker apps, I think, counterproductive because they stress you out. I had a very successful person in keto that I've coached tell me this past week she had gotten rid of trackers. She went back to it just to try it, and it made her eat more because she had in her mind, okay, I got my dinner planned, and I need to have X amount of macros for this and X amount of carbs for this. And because she had planned it, she ate it when she wasn't really hungry. You see, the key to this whole thing is that you're going to eat when you're hungry. You're going to stop when you're full. And how are you going to know? You're going to listen to your body. You're going to listen to your body, and you're going to get in tune with whether you're really hungry or not. And if you are, you're going to eat. And if you're not, you're not. And that all goes out the door if you pretend this is Weight Watchers, you pretend this is Nutrisystem, you pretend this is some sort of calorie restriction tracking thing, okay? MyFitnessPal, whatever. I've done all those, y'all. Don't do it that way. Listen to your body. It's going through a hormonal correction. It has nothing to do with calories, and that's its own video, okay? But just trust me on this. Now, if you were the 1 in a million person that just loves to track and you're kicking ass and you were hoping this video was about which is the best tracker app, then you don't need me. You got your system. This is for 99% of everybody else that's going to go crazy trying to track it. So don't track it. Do my system. Leave your questions and comments below. I even have my email there, and I want to give a shout out to someone out there. You know who you are. You emailed me, and I'm helping you, and we're going to get you to the promised land, okay? I really am here to help. My goal is not necessarily to have the biggest online community for keto, but it is to have the most successful. I don't want anybody falling through the cracks that's following my advice, that's part of this community. I want you to win. And if that means there's 5 of us out there, so be it. I want us all to win. Okay? So see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, share, leave your comments. This is all just for you so that once you've won, you can teach the next person. And then people I'll never meet will get to win. All right? God bless. Talk soon.